Hello, Scorpio ladies. Welcome to your reading. So, we're doing the divine protection investigations at this time. So, let's bring your messages. What does God want to tell you about your divine protection situation? And just to make it clear, there's more than one area that God is divinely protecting you. But this one, God wants to highlight for you, okay? Probably the one you're most worried about or something. What are we doing here? Interesting. All right. And there are no messages coming through as to why this is happening. Okay. All right. So we have share the events of your own spiritual journey in your work, the rises and the falls. So this could be in your work or it just in your life. This deck is my music deck. I made it to help to improve people's music careers, right? Well, the conscious community anyway. So yeah, God says share the events of your own spiritual journey in your work, the rises and the falls. So those things that you find embarrassing, those things that you find um unsavory, those things that you'd prefer to hide, God says don't hide it. It's okay. And then we have be independent, do it alone. So this feels like writing a book. This feels like sharing your life story. And God want you to do it yourself. So whether this is writing a story or music or a movie or whatever this is, some kind of a creative endeavor, God want you to do it alone. So that means don't allow people to come and put their input in there and tell you what's best. Because the bottom of the deck here, we have get back to doing it from your heart or soul. So whatever this is that you're working on, it'll be a masterpiece if your vibe is imprinted on it. So that means do not depend on other people's opinions to inspire you. Because the next one is seek inspiration. What's your current inspiration? So God wants your energy to go into this. And God says, have no regrets. It's either victories or lessons. In any case, it's all good. Because the thing is, we get down about ourselves when we do not reach a certain standard. But life isn't all about us. So by you showing your flaws, you don't know who you have blessed behind the scenes. You see? So God basically uses each one to reach one. Put it like that. So perfection is not necessary because when we show our flaws, because everybody else is flawed, that's the reality of life, it inspires other people to have courage to step forward regardless of the outcome. okay, regardless of their past as well. So God is trying to use you to inspire others through your story. Okay, so let's go over that again. God want you to express your life story. God don't want other people's opinions up in it. God want you to express yourself from your heart, from your soul, from the depths of yourself. Okay? And God says, have no regrets. It don't matter how this turn out, just do it. However it turns out, trust that it's not all about you. Other people are being blessed in ways that you don't see. So just know that God is using you to bless people, unbeknown to you. Okay? So we have outdated thinking. Outdated thinking is an issue. Handle the current era. So some of your thought processes are holding you back, probably trying to hide the falls. Maybe that's one of the things that's holding you back. That's outdated thinking. Because in this day and age, the way how things are going right now, if you look on social media, a lot of people are putting their personal lives out there, and it's really inspiring other people. So it's like traumas and other things that they have been through that they would prefer to hide from the world, things that made them feel small. They found the courage to express them to other people, and they're overwhelmed at how many people go through the same thing, how many comments are left, how much sympathy. You know, they're gonna be the jackasses in the midst of it, but let's not worry about the negatives. We're here for the positives. So the same way that they have created hell on earth, through us recognizing our rises and our falls and sharing with others and helping to build others and choosing to build ourselves, we will create our own piece of heaven on earth. So at least we'll have a balance with the hell and the heaven on earth. You see? So yeah. And God says, be swaggerific about it. What is your charisma? Personal swagger. It says subtle or loud. Yeah. Just be swaggerific. So God wants you to put your own energy signature in this masterpiece. Okay? So this is coming straight from Scorpio. Alright? So you have permission to be yourself. Whether it looks like you win or lose, just know that you have won. There's no losing in this one. Okay? Because it's not all about you. And you will be compensated, of course. Let's see your next message. So the card we have to come out is liar. Liar. The underlying issue, we have clever. We have gossiper. So, if you want to embellish some of it, I'm getting you can. You can put a little spin on it. Because what it does, it's a clever way to get people talking. Because that's another thing that came up in the Universal Watch reading that I did. God wants us to talk to each other right now. That's why God provided the World Wide Web. So that we help to build each other. Because, you know, we can't depend on those who are in control to do it for us. So we the people now have to come and basically teach ourselves and teach each other. So God says, if you want to put a little spin on your story, you don't have to tell the absolute truth. You can, you know, fancy it up a little bit so that you can inspire people to talk about whatever issue it is that you're bringing to the table for us. Okay? Just to open up the lines of communication. Because I feel that a big part of humanity's problem is that we don't share with each other. And because we don't share with each other, the knowledge that we have is all that we have. But if we were to associate with each other and share our stories with each other, imagine if you associate with 5 people, it don't have to be as friends, but even in a group, you see like how they have these AA, these rehabilitation meetings. if or even just a woman's little conference, or something like that, or a men's conference. It's just a matter of sharing with each other. So with everybody bringing their story to the table, number one, we get to see that we're not very different to each other. It's like, I didn't know other people go through that too, and also how they dealt with it. You get little tips on how other people deal with the same situation and stuff like that. So it helps to build our character quicker, so that we could be the better version of ourselves, because we only get so much from school, you know. So the World Wide Web is where it is. They say the revolution will not be televised. No, it will be Facebooked and Instagrammed and YouTubed. We're watching the world change right before our eyes on these social media sites. Don't get sucked into it. But yeah, you have a place on the platform or platforms to share whatever story this is, because God wants to start talking on whatever topic, whatever experience you went through. Because you are not the only one. And perhaps you had a great idea. Perhaps you had a wonderful idea because God was with you on how to fix the problem. So God wants you to share your story. Okay, so that's the only card that came out. So the only card that came out for you is God. Let's see the underlying issue here. We have fungus and we have healing. Enough said. This is exactly what God is calling you to do. So whatever it is that has gone wrong in your life, that's the fungus. And by you sharing your story with others and opening up that line of communication, it will bring about the healing. So like I said, we're creating heaven on earth right now. That's what's happening. And it don't matter who like it and who don't like it. It's about time that good people get to enjoy our Father's house, our Father's land, our Father's universe. You see what I'm saying? Instead of being miserable all the time. It's our turn. Just know that bad gonna get their time again, So enjoy, and let's enjoy our season while it's here. Because when wicked get to take over again, and they will, you already know they'll be too happy to take back the reins. Okay? That's the story of life for you. So yeah, so you have a very vital part to play in the healing. So we have man-made rain, God-made tsunami. You see that? So yeah, God wants to clean some shit up. So it's like, whatever you went through, it was a hard experience. But God is bringing in that heavyweight. Okay? So not only your pain, but everybody coming together. Because you'd imagine your teardrops alone, that's like rain. And man-made rain at that. But when the collective start communicating with each other and pouring out their side of the story and their emotions and reliving that experience, yeah, that's a collection of tears, tsunami. And then the exchange of words and stuff like that, it is going to bring about this healing. And it starts with you, Scorpio. So thank you in advance. All right, let's see what your other message is. We got 2 more decks. I don't know why the universe wants me to go fast. It's probably for you. God is like, don't drag your foot about it. Make a move. And there's my alarm system. See? Healer. Yeah. At the bottom of the deck, we have death, change, transformation. So it's all about the transformation to respect. Respecting one's foundation. So respecting where you're coming from, because it's about to make you into who you're about to become. Hang on. So if you're in a mindset right now where it's like you hate your past, you hate the things that happened to you before, God wants you to see it from the right perspective. God wants you to transform by gaining respect for where you're coming from. God put you through what you went through, and God never left you. That's why the only card that came out for you was the God card. God never left you. So God actually, you were like, God used you like a, you were like a, you're supposed to be like a prototype. I think I got the camera all twist up. What is it, the table? Something twist up. Oh boy. So yeah, so God got you. God used you as a prototype. You're meant to begin something. So what God did was create that scenario for you, or those scenarios for you, and also gave you the tools, the courage, the wisdom that you needed to overcome your situation. And because you were able to overcome your situation, God knows that you know the formula to help other people overcome said situation. So while you were going through the situation, you weren't just going through it just because life wanted to be cruel to you, but because God was putting you to the training. God was giving you the experience, because God wanted to use you as a teacher, or as some kind of a counselor, or a motivator of some sort. Okay? You're gonna have a rebirth. Yeah. And it's all about the healing. So you've already done your healing. God wants you to take what you've learned from that class and bring it to the rest of the world. Okay, you know, life is one big school. This is the university. We learn every subject there is. And remember, don't drag your feet about it. I want you to go. Have some faith in the process. Some parts may be easy, some parts may be hard. When it gets hard, you speak to the Most High, because God is the one who created this scenario anyway. So it's like, okay, Most High, I can't even get past this part. What exactly do you want me to do? And also remember that some parts, you're not meant to do anything. Some parts, if it's giving you too much trouble, perhaps you're meant to leave it alone so that God can delegate the next step to someone else. Because there are times in our life where we just need to stand aside and let God do its part, like for real, for real. Sometimes we could be standing in our own way, so just keep an eye out for those moments. Okay, so we have codependency. It says, addictions are affecting your romantic life. Let's see the next card. Release your ex. It says, the time has come to clear your energy. The underlying issue here, we have deception. It says someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. We have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. We have unrequited love. There is not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So there's a relationship. This could be what God is talking about. This could be the part of your life that you need to share with the world, okay? But we have codependency and release your ex. So if you were feeling codependent on anyone, or this man or these men in any way, it's time for you to clear your energy, because you don't need them. You don't need them. And besides, they were here to help you to learn these lessons and gain these experiences that you were supposed to gain, so that you can then take the information and the experience to the world. Okay? So it's like they've done their job. Now you can let them go. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So whereas you did need them so that you can learn these lessons and have these experiences, now you don't need them anymore. The journey is over with these types of people. Okay? And just know that God is going to obviously reward you. I don't know how, but for sure, God is going to reward you. So yeah, we have deception and finances and career, unrequited love. So it's like these are the issues that were really holding you guys back. So the love that you always thought was there was never there. And then we got deception and finances and career. So it's like, well, we know deception is lies. The finances and career, financial issues. Okay, finances and career is coming in as lack. So because there was so much deception, there was always that energy of lack, finances and career. There was always that energy of lack because the love was unrequited. Let's read on. We have playfulness. So these idiots were just playing. They weren't being serious about you. But the truth is, you deserve love. You deserve love because you are lovable. So God says, just retreat. It's time to let go. Time to step away from them, because God has something far greater for you now. Your journey with these people have come to an end. They have done their part in your life and you have done yours. So they have helped you to build your character, because you're about to step into greatness. So whatever creative endeavor this is that God wants you to put out there, to help each other to heal, that's your path to greatness. And remember, God said, don't let anybody tell you what to put in and how to go about it and all of that. We want your personal swagger in there, because God has been working with you. Up till now, God has been working with you. God brought you all this way. God didn't bring you all this way to just leave you now. So you and God, you're going to integrate your swaggerificness and express your truth to the world. Because heavy situations, they are received better when they're a little bit kind of, when you lighten it up a little bit. You don't want to water it down so much so that the seriousness is lost, or people think that you're just taking it for a big joke or something like that. Whatever your personal swagger is, God fashioned you that way, because that's going to be the perfect way to express this to the public. Okay? So just be yourself. Be yourself, speak your truth. And if you choose to, remember you have permission to lie. Because God's aim here is to cleverly get people to talk. God is trying to cleverly get people to open up the lines of conversation. You will know when to embellish the truth and, when to hold back from doing so. So yeah, do have fun with this mission. Yeah. And that's what we have for you. So the roughness that you went through in the past, it was for good reason. Okay, there's method to this madness. And I sincerely apologize on God's behalf because I'm hearing that I should say that. So God wants to apologize to you for the roughness. Anything else? And God says, thank you. I said, let's do this. Hello. Yeah. And remember, when it comes to God, God speaks all of our language. So whatever personality you're of, do not try to fashion the God that dwells within you to look like the God that's been expressed by someone else. You see me? So however you talk, however you are, just know that God is like that too. God knows your language. It don't matter what type of personality. Even the ratchet people have a ratchet God. Because God can be ratchet too. Okay? So no matter what type of person you are, be comfortable with the God that's within you. Because God fashioned you like that. Because that's who you're supposed to be. Because that's how you fit in this grand puzzle we call life. Okay, so don't try to change yourself and try to fit into nobody's box. Don't try to see God in a way that fits into other people's boxes either. If you want to say fuck, say fuck. God made you like that. Okay, just as an example. So find your truth within you and be that. And when it's time to switch it up, if you feel within yourself that, yeah, that don't suit me no more, or I've grown out of that or whatever, then you change. But don't do it because of other people, you see. Yeah. Develop your own personal relationship with the God that created you, how it created you. You were created wonderful just like everybody else, okay? So I hope you got that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, Scorpio. Until next time, bye-bye.